last but not least, you guys seem to be really intrigued with what I did before my illustrious YouTube career. I don't know if you've heard of the show. It's in Las Vegas. It's called Thunder from Down Under. Today is kind of a different day. We're flying to Dallas, so we have a very short day here in Puerto Vallarta. We're about to go to Freddy's for breakfast. We're doing our subscriber question and answer today. You guys have asked us a lot of questions, and we're going to start off with a good one. So the first question comes from this strange man who doesn't comment very often. His name is Joel Kennan, aka Pops, Papa, Padre, and he asked how much we walk per day. And then he asked when I'm gonna start playing my own music in the videos. So Hillary wears a Fitbit and she usually gets at least 10,000 steps per day. It's about a mile to CrossFit. So we walk to CrossFit and back every day. So that's 2 miles. And then anytime we walk around, just like a normal day, if we walk around this little neighborhood, we get at least 10,000 steps. If we do something a little bit more adventurous, which is maybe 3 days a week, then maybe closer to 15,000. And as far as the music goes, starts now. We decided on Freddy's. By the way, that's the most music you're ever gonna get out of me, at least for now. I've got a lot of practicing to do. I know many of you asked, I don't know, maybe like 5, 6, 7 people asked what I did before we started these videos. We're gonna get to that, but first we gotta get coffee.
The waiter just laughed at him. That's sweat.
So none of you guys asked this question, but I can't deal with spicy food. I can't do it. We are fully caffeinated, very full. The sweat finally stopped after those my chicken tenders and the chipotle sauce. Our first real question that doesn't come from a family member is from Pixar. He asked if we're only living off of Hillary's income. So we've touched on this once before, but we're gonna let Hillary answer this question for you guys.
We are actually able to live off of just my corporate America income while we're in Mexico, and we're able to do that because the cost of living here is so much less than it was for us in Dallas. So, for example, rent in Dallas was about $1,250 United States dollars, and here it's about $900.
And that's on the high end.
Like. And $900 for this area is on like the extremely high end. Same with eating out, and there were also other expenses that we had in Dallas, such as cable, water, electricity, gas, all sorts of things like that, car insurance, all sorts of things like that that added up to several $100s a month, and we have zero of that here. So thankfully I have a really good job and we are able to live comfortably off of only my income. Hopefully one day these videos will become our second income. We did save up enough money for about 6 months so that if something happened while we were here, we would have plenty of money saved to live for about 6 months without anything crazy happening. So we have not had to tap into those savings, but we do have them handy just in case.
Our next question comes from Ivan G. Ivan asked what we've learned about ourselves since we began traveling. That's something we mentioned in the Mexico City vlog that we didn't really expand upon too much. So we have learned to be more open-minded. We've learned to be less judgmental of people, to kind of be more accepting of others, because a lot of the times we need to rely on the help of others. So that has kind of forced us to reach out to strangers, talk to strangers, get help from others, learn from our neighbors, and that's something we really never did in Dallas or in the United States. So that's really forced us just to be more open-minded of people, and it would be easy for us to come to quick conclusions, quick judgments about people we see that look different from us. But we've realized we've met like the nicest people in the world here in Mexico. Some of our best friends in Mexico. We never would have discovered this kindness that the Mexican people have had we had our hearts, minds, and eyes closed to that opportunity.
I think the next big thing that we've learned about ourselves is when we moved here, we sort of had to turn on our minds and hearts and bodies into somewhat of survival mode. We had to find grocery stores. We didn't have internet on our cell phones or anywhere, and so we had to like we had to sort of figure things out. It's like if we wanted to eat that day, we had to make it work. You know, we didn't know where to find laundry detergent. We didn't know where to find bottled water. We didn't know if the water was safe. So all sorts of little things that just kind of like sink or swim, and I feel like it's bonded us because we have to rely on one another. But I feel like we've also learned that it's okay to step out of your comfort zone and step into the realm of like survival mode. I can do this, we're gonna figure it out together.
Yeah, and in the States we use so many apps and use our phones for everything that there's really no human connection anymore, and you don't have to worry about figuring it out. The internet figures it out for you. So it's been really nice to kind of step back in time, like our parents and our grandparents lived, and maybe some of you, when you just had to figure it out, and that's how you learned.
Final thing, well, one of the bigger things we learned about ourselves is really what's important to us. So in the States, we had a really nice apartment. We got brand new furniture, and I love to decorate our house with nice things, and I love to go shopping for clothes. That was what I thought at the time was important to me. It was fun to wear new clothes, it was fun to have a nice house. But I think after moving here, it's forced us to realize that those things that we were spending our money and efforts towards really aren't what's important to our core, and it's more about the experiences that we're able to have. And had we not moved abroad, I think we would still be in Dallas. I would be filling up our home with cute decorations and our closets with clothes, but I think moving here has taught each of us a lot about ourselves and what's truly important to us.
Just in case you're wondering, all this stuff, all these decorations behind us,
not ours! We don't
ours.
have nothing. Greg Kinnan, stop showing that.
We are all packed and ready to go to the airport, about to head to Dallas. Our next question is from John L. You asked, what are our goals and thoughts for our channel? We obviously have a lot of numbers that we want to hit as far as, you know, views per video and subscribers and comments and all that. I'm a very goal-oriented person, so those kind of help give me direction and give me feedback as to how we're doing, how we're progressing. But more than anything, what we want to focus on is trying to make videos that we ourselves enjoy watching every day. We want to grow our platform through our website, through this vlog and social media, to be able to promote our have less, do more, be more. More than anything, we're just gonna focus on trying to make the best videos that we can every day, engaging with you guys, growing our community. Adios, Puerto Vallarta. We're trying to go. A little hitch in our plan though is our suitcase. The little latch here isn't quite working, but that's okay. Athlete of the month can carry it. The whole way here, I think we both just sat in the car feeling sad that we're leaving Mexico. Even though it's only for the weekend, I feel like it's bittersweet going back United States, because we get to see our family, get to see friends, but Puerto Vallarta is just home to us, so it really does feel weird leaving. Made it through security. Hopefully, I think we should be good. I think we're about 30 minutes to our flight leaves. Time for another subscriber question. Jeff, you asked what the cost of living on some of the smaller towns in the outskirts of PV compared to Puerto Vallarta. I would think the cost of living would be a little bit cheaper at restaurants and stuff, because it's going to be less touristy than the area that we live in Emiliano Zapata neighborhood or Colonia. But I think in some of the smaller towns, you're going to find restaurants that are way more local, less touristy, and thus the prices are going to be much lower. You'll also be able to find pretty cheap rents. It just kind of depends what kind of place you want to live in. If you're going to live in a more Americanized place, it's probably going to be comparable to PV. As far as transportation, there is a really good bus system here. You can pretty much get anywhere you want to go. Although once, let's say you move out to Bucerias, once you're out there, I'm not really sure how much you're going to want to come to Puerto Vallarta. You can ride the bus, but I don't know. It's probably a 45-minute hot bus ride. You're probably just going to find yourself enjoying Bucerias a lot more. A car would be helpful if you're going to live here long term, but you could definitely get by without one. We actually really enjoyed not having a car here. It kind of forces us to really get to know the neighborhood that we're living in. I think if we had a car, we would explore more areas around PV and outside of PV. We get a lot more exercise not having a car. Sorry for the close-up, guys. We're on the plane, about to head to Houston and then go to Dallas. Louisa, let's do my favorite Dallas Cowboys Cowboys player is. I think it's a tie. I like Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. They're definitely my favorites. I think Emmitt might take the edge. I feel like growing up, I just really liked running backs, and he was the best. So I would say Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman are definitely my favorite all-time Dallas Cowboys.
A lot of y'all's questions were to Greg, but I decided I'm gonna go ahead and answer too. So my favorite Dallas Cowboys, I almost said cheerleader. This is why y'all didn't ask me. My favorite Dallas Cowboy is Jason Witten. He seems so nice.
Alright, we got all our bags. Luckily they didn't get shipped to Mexico City, although that might not have been such a bad thing. Maybe make an extra trip there. But we got 2 more questions to answer. We'll get to those as soon as we get through security. Sorry if we didn't get to your question. I tried to pick as many as I could. Luis, you asked what? Yeah, you got a lot of questions today. You asked what song Hillary was singing and dancing to on our Gringo Taco Tour video, I believe that was. It sounded like you typed something out like Whippy's real good. So Hillary's gonna say what the words are, and then she's gonna perform for you guys.
Oh, I don't know about the performing part, but it was whip it real good. Whip it good.
What do you miss the most when you're in Mexico?
Sitting right here at the table with me.
Last but not least, you guys seem to be really intrigued with what I did before my illustrious YouTube career. I don't know if you've heard of the show, it's in Las Vegas or not. It's called Thunder from Down Under. But I did not perform in that. I studied kinesiology at North Texas, and then got my master's in public health at University of North Texas Health Science Center, and worked as a personal trainer and health coach. So that is what I did before we moved to Mexico. I know that's hard to believe with as much food as you see us eat, but if I ever get a real job again, which hopefully will never happen, fingers crossed for some of these videos, and lots of luck. But if I ever do get a real job again, it'll be in the realm of public health of some sort. But we're gonna finish our Chick-fil-A. We're gonna leave.
Speaking of public health.
Yeah, speaking of public health, we're gonna finish our Chick-fil-A. We're gonna leave you here in the Houston Hobby Airport. We will see you guys tomorrow from Waxahachie, Flower Mound, Texas. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell, that way you get notified every time we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Search at Kinetic Cannons, and then same thing on Facebook, Kinetic Cannons. We've been posting lots of funny short little video clips of Hillary dancing. So if you want to cut just straight to Hillary dancing, make sure to follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Adios, y'all.